welcome back to Newsroom Weekly Review. I'm Chella. If you're new here, this is your Middle East entertainment news. I touch base on the Middle East and the U.S. on reforms and economic reviews on Fridays at 4 p.m. I release to the public at 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, but if you subscribe now, you'll get the early release times. It's nice to have you here. Thank you for joining me. Now let's take a look at this week's review. According to Shafak News, a security source reported that an explosive device exploded on Friday on a convoy of trucks carrying logistic equipment for the international coalition led by the United States in Babel, Governorate. The sources told Shafak News agency that the device exploded as the convoy passed on the Babel Expressway without injury or significant damages. This is the third attack of its kind in the past 24 hours. After similar attacks in Dinar and Babel on Thursday at Khashoggi's missile targeted the Green Zone, where the U.S. embassy, along with Iraqi military forces, hosted Americans, has been under repeated attack for months. The new attacks come despite Baghdad and Washington on Monday, as stated in last week's review's updates, that they were coming to an agreement to withdraw U.S. combat forces from Iraq by the end of this year. Since 2014, Washington has been leading an international coalition to combat ISIS, which took over a third of Iraq at the time, with about 300 coalition soldiers deploying in Iraq, including 2,500 Americans. Shafak News also reported the Speaker of Iraqi Parliament, Mohammed Halbousi, announced on Friday the release of all salaries save for the employees of Nineveh Governorate's department next week. This comes in conjunction with a tour conducted by Al-Halbousi since last Tuesday in Nineveh Governorates, which began with a meeting with the security leaders in the governorates before he embarked on this series of visits to the University of Mosul, the Engineers Syndicate, and the Technical Institution Complex, in addition to his meetings with a number of political leaders there. Al-Halbousi opened an office for the Progress Alliance, which he heads in Nineveh Governorates, and held on an electoral rally in it in preparation for running in the October 10th elections. Looking at Mwanzi News, a document released by International Monetary Fund, the IMF, says it will need to booster its resources as to seek monitor, advice, and help manage the large-scale and complex transition towards digital currency. The document stated that digital currencies are able to facilitate, speed up payments, and reduce costs, but this requires policymakers to address major challenges. Digital money should be reliable, and domestic economics and financial stability must be protected. The stability of international monetary systems. She adds, the IMF has a critical role in helping its members benefit from the benefits of digital money and manage its risk. She also adds, digital money must be subject to regulatory oversights, and its structure and availability allows countries to continue to control monetary policy, financial conditions, and foreign exchange systems. The document does not focus on cryptocurrencies such as Bitcoin, nor does it take position on which type of digital currency might eventually dominate. The document dates last March, which was discussed by the fund's board of directors in April, includes a vision for development of funds and to cooperate with institutions such as central bank regulators and the World Bank. Last but not least, Baghdad Mwanzi News reports Prime Minister Mustafa al-Kazimi and the government delegations accompanied his return home on Thursday after concluding an official visit to the United States of America that lasted for several days. Upon his return, al-Kazimi was received by a number of ministers, head of bodies, and representatives of the social activity. Al-Kazimi describes the visit as a culminated in achievement of organizations and establishment of rules and permanent relations in partnerships with the United States of America in various fields, the most important of which are security, economy, health, education, culture, energy, environment, investments, and the rest of the constructive bilateral corporations. Al-Kazimi confirmed what was agreed upon, that no U.S. combat forces would be present in Iraq after December 31st, 2021. He added that Iraq is continuing its quest to provide decent opportunities for the people, and to the findings the new beginnings for everything that contributes to serving the citizens. He expressed his thanks and appreciation to the Iraqis' national political forces for its support of the government efforts in the negotiations and its support for the outcome that has been reached. Al-Qasimi indicated the pride of the Iraqi government and the people of what was achieved in favor of preserving the Mesopotamian heritage by recovering 17,000 artifacts which were received from the United States of America and returned with the delegations on the same plane. Prime Minister Mustafa reiterates his confidence in the contribution of the beloved Iraqi people in the elections of October 10, 2021, indicating that the boycott will not serve anyone and that we have serious work to conduct this election. It's looking really promising in the Middle East, and that's all for this week's Newsroom Weekly Review. I'm Chella with your Middle East entertainment news. Don't forget to like and subscribe for early release times. Share this video with your friends. It's always a pleasure being here with you. Thank you everyone for spending a few minutes of your time with me. Have a great weekend. I'll see you guys and gals next Friday. Take care. Make sure you join us Fridays, 4 p.m. with Newsroom Updates with Chella Smith, Entertainment News. And don't forget us on Sundays for What's Cooking in the Kitchen. You can also find us behind the scenes 24/7 on Snapchat.